Hi, I'm Gordon from Camera Labs, and this is my first looks review of the Canon RF 600mm and 800mm f11, two very compact super telephoto lenses for the full-frame EOS R mirrorless system. The 600mm on the right is just 200mm long and costs £699, while the 800 on the left is 282mm long and costs £929. Dollar prices are in the comment and description below. Their secret to small size and weight? They share extending barrel designs and an f11 aperture, but don't be alarmed, as on a mirrorless camera that's actually a lot more practical than it first sounds. I had a chance to briefly try out pre-production models of both lenses on an EOS R5 body, so let's start with the RF 600mm f11, a remarkably compact lens that measures just 93 by 200mm when retracted and weighs 930 grams. For operation, you need to twist a locking ring, pull the body away, then lock it again for use. You'll see a warning on screen if you try to use it unextended or unlocked. When extended, the lens becomes 270mm long, but remains well balanced when mounted using its built-in tripod foot, although there's no collar for rotation. In terms of controls, there's a focus limiter, a wired manual focusing ring, and the usual clickable custom ring at the end. It's not an L lens, but Canon does still supply a substantial lens hood, and the filter thread is 82mm. If you fancy longer reach, the 600 works with both new RF teleconverters. This is the 1.4x version, which extends the focal length to 840mm and reduces the aperture to f16. Both new TCs have elements which extend into the barrel of lenses, which sadly makes them incompatible with the RF 70 to 200mm f2.8. With the lens barrel extended and the hood fitted, the RF 600mm becomes unsurprisingly long, but remove the hood and retract the barrel and you're left with an impressively portable system. The big question, of course, regards the aperture, fixed at f11 and also unable to close any further, which makes me think it's based on a spotting scope. On a traditional DSLR, this would mean a very dim view in the viewfinder and little or no chance of autofocus, but on mirrorless the view can simply be brightened and autofocus is supported at f11 or even at f16 or f22 when using those teleconverters. There are some restrictions though. At f11 and smaller, the autofocusing area reduces from the full sensor coverage to a smaller region in the middle. The depth of field isn't going to be as shallow as brighter lenses. You will of course be using higher ISOs to compensate, and the focusing will be less confident in very dim conditions, but in the use that I tried it here, it actually felt remarkably quick and usable in the shaded woodlands. Now for the RF 800mm, which at 102 by 282mm and weighing 1.26 kilograms is of course heftier than the 600 but still very portable. Like the 600, you'll need to twist the locking ring and pull the body away, which extends the lens barrel to 352mm, then twist it again to lock it for use. Again, there's a focus limiter, smooth manual focusing ring and clicky custom ring, and as before, a substantial lens hood is supplied. The filter thread this time is 95mm. For maximum reach, you can fit either of the new RF teleconverters, and this time I'm showing you the 2x model, which doubles the focal length to 1600mm, although reducing the aperture to f22. Now, an aperture of f22 sounds absolutely hopeless in traditional terms, but again, on a modern mirrorless camera, it works a lot better than you first assume. The view on screen and through the viewfinder are as bright as when using normal lenses, albeit sometimes a little laggier due to that aperture, and the autofocus system also seems to work fine too. When Canon announced these two compact super telephotos, I admit I was skeptical, but the electronic composition and on-sensor focusing of mirrorless cameras actually makes them more practical than you'd think. Of course, loads more testing needs to be done, especially in lower light conditions, but from my first impressions, these are both lenses you could use for wildlife in fair lighting, and they could also be ideal for lunar and solar photographers. Ultimately, I'd love to own a 600mm f4, but I can't afford one, and I don't want to lug one around either. These new RF lenses won't deliver the shallow depth of field of f4 super telephotos, nor work as well in low light, but they also won't break my back or my bank. I'm very excited to try them out and would love to hear what you think. Remember, f11 to f22 may be impractical on a DSLR, but mirrorless makes it usable. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.